Hello World Wide Web, I'm Dr. Shado, your personality of best hair. And I'm out here in the woods with the camcorder, and you know what that means. I screwed up actually getting the video that I was supposed to have out today ready, and therefore I gotta run out into the woods with the camera real fast and get something up. But hey, that still works out because there has been a lot happening, and this is way too tall of a tree for it to lean like that. Maybe I could just push this thing over. Oh, it's caught on the other tree. That's why it hasn't fallen. Otherwise it would have. Well then, yeah, there's just a ton going on. First of all, the Puppet Master review did phenomenally well, and that is great because it means quite a few things. A lot of the things that I've been trying have been bearing fruit. Now, what am I talking about? I mean the things that I've been trying to do to right the channel from the death spiral it's been in. Adding the second video a week stopped the death spiral, mostly, but I still needed to get the channel to grow again, and I was trying to figure out how to do this, and the problem with YouTube, big problem with YouTube, is that the algorithm rules everything. Now that's true for pretty much any website and any kind of thing. Every single way that things are rated by certain metrics, those metrics can be exploited. And to that end, YouTube has worked very hard to never tell anyone what those metrics are. Never be open about that, so that no one can just game the system. Now, the problem is that isn't stopping people from gaming the system, and there are plenty of examples out there of people doing things that are tried and true that absolutely work, and that the algorithm frickin' loves. So there have been a lot of little changes, but big changes that have come up over the last few weeks with the videos, and that's been me trying to please the algorithm. I'm not trying to go out of my way to change everything. Like I'm not trying to change the whole thing just to make things that the algorithm likes, because if I was trying to do that, then this video would be a lot easier to figure out. All I'd have to do is sit at my computer and react to what's on the top trending on Reddit today. Ain't that an interesting original idea for a video? But I want to put a little bit more effort into that. I want to keep making my movie reviews. That's really the thing. I want to keep making movie reviews, and that's why the way YouTube has been treating the channel lately had been so frustrating, because it looked like I'd either have to, quit YouTube entirely and get a real job, or I'd have to start making something entirely different just to please the algorithm. So I have been making changes on the videos, but they are relatively minor in the grand scheme of things, and it's to make it so that I can keep making movie reviews, and that, with the Puppet Master review, I think is showing the first signs of it really bearing fruit, and I mean that in some very, very big ways, because it might not look like that big of a jump to everyone else out there on the outside looking in, and overall views-wise, no, it's not, but when you go into the deeper look into it and see where those views are coming from, you see some major shifts in what YouTube is doing with the videos. Now, the biggest thing with the Puppet Master review is that it got sent out when it first got posted. Videos tend to go out to subscribers, that's how they work, but when the Puppet Master review was posted, like most of my videos, I've said, like, doing the call to action seemed silly. It was something that was, standard YouTube procedure, and yes, it is shown to have better reactions for likes and subscriptions. To just stop the video and say, hey, while you're here, remember, there is that like button, and you can subscribe as well, and click the bell for all notifications. Yes, you should do that. Consider becoming a channel member. Support me on Patreon. Check the links in the description for whatever the fuck I put there. Hell yes! Like, there's all that. All that is something that clearly does work on YouTube, and the algorithm does like when there is more people clicking, like when there is a uptick of subscribers. The algorithm recognizes that and is like, ooh, that's nice. I didn't like the idea of doing it because I didn't want to stop the video and make it boring, but as you've seen, I have started doing it, but also as you have seen, I've been making it my own. I've been having fun with it, and that's the key, is I have to have fun with it. I can do calls to action, but I have to make it fun. Second little thing that I have changed around a bit since the Spiral review Which means for the Halloween Kills review that is still held up in copyright purgatory, this isn't in it yet. But starting from the Spiral review, I actually had a little bit of the movie clip playing in the beginning that transitions over to Hello World Wide Web. And this was entirely intentional because one of the big things is there's a steep drop-off right away. Now, I don't consider it being that long before I launch into the review. I don't like it being very long, so I keep it to about, a minute, maybe a minute and a half. But for YouTube, that is an absolute eternity. So I had to figure out a way to make it so it's very clear that yes, we will be using clips from the movie, and yes, they will have the audio from the movie, and that is how this is going to be combined into a movie review, and have that, like, right away, just kind of put that out there. And that's how I've figured out how to do it. Just have a interesting scene from the movie, something eye-catching, without being too shocking now, because YouTube don't like that. Don't get something eye-catching from your horror movie review, but not shocking, no, not shocking. And then you get that, and you put that out there right away, and then transition over to Hello World Wide Web. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Since I started doing that, the drop-off rate from the start of the review is not quite as bad. I mean, it's still pretty heavy, but as we saw in the Clipping My Nails video, the Clown Motel review, when it was completely unlisted and you had to go through a bunch of hoops in order to even access it in the first place, showed an even sharper drop-off at the start than most of my videos, so it looks like maybe YouTube fudges the numbers a bit there anyway, so I shouldn't be too worried about getting it absolutely perfect. But, those are still not the only things I have been doing. One thing that I did a little bit of research on exactly what the algorithm likes was the end screen element click-through rate. Evidently, this was something that the algorithm really does look for quite a bit more now. And saw little things talking about it, like, hey, here's things you can do, and there was a whole bunch of stuff that I already did. Like, know what your audience likes. It's like, trust me, I know what my audience likes. They don't particularly care for me going out in the woods and just talking about stuff. Some of you like this. That's great. I understand, like, I enjoy it too. I like connecting a little bit more, having that more personal connection back into YouTube without just relying on the comments, which are also nice. I like to go through them, as it were, but the more personal approach, instead of everything just being about a movie review, just talking about how things are going, that's very nice. I like that, but these videos get about 10,000 views, about that. It's about 10,000 views, so, yeah, the averages YouTube is judging me by have also gone down. They're like, hey, most people don't watch your stuff that long, and you don't usually get that many views. But still, the Puppet Master review, despite it being rated very high by default for those metrics, still performed very well, like got out to a lot of views. And one of the reasons I think is because one of the things I started with the Spiral review as well is really pushing the end screen element. Click-through rate, have another call to action, still make it fun. Important. I have to enjoy what I'm doing. If I'm not enjoying it, then I'm doing what I quit my job to be a YouTuber to avoid, which, well, that's a hell of a way to go around and end up in the same place, isn't it? But, yeah, the end screen element click-through rate went from being on channel average of like 0.3% to 2.4%. Which is still considered, like, incredibly low for any kind of YouTube video, but it was huge for my channel, and right after that, the Puppet Master review, that went up. Normally, YouTube sends it out to mostly subscribers. They tend to keep my videos just shown to my subscribers and not show it anywhere else, which has been a big problem for getting any kind of growth going. And a reason why I didn't think the calls to action would really even matter anyway, because if my stuff is shown to 95% people already subscribed to me, yay. The Puppet Master review, when it first was posted, went out 70% to people already subscribed to me. It went out 30% to unsubscribed viewers. And then the subscription started to catch up, and it dropped down to 18% unsubscribed, but now it's back up to like 26% unsubscribed. A lot more people who have no idea who I am have actually seen this video, and there has been a nice noticeable boost in subscriber growth. It's still only in like 20, 30 a day, but that's up from 4, 5, or -9. So yes! Yes, we're seeing growth again. we're seeing growth that is outpacing YouTube's unsubscribing people from me. It's working. It is actually working, but I've done so much all at the same time, it's kind of hard to judge exactly what has been working more than anything else. I mean, the end screen element click-through rate is important, but I've also been doing something else, as you know. I have been adding mid-roll ads in these videos, like all the videos, because YouTube, as just a general rule of thumb, does like monetized content better than it likes demonetized content or not monetized content. So I figured, hey, you know, may as well actually get this in there, and that's another thing, because as I've added the mid-rolls, I'm going to be open about this, channel's making more money now. Channel's making noticeably more money now, and that was one of the things that, when everything was just stagnant, it was like $2,200 a month, which was just, like, I wasn't going to be able to get where I needed to be in order for everything to stay afloat, and especially with all the emergencies that popped up, like there was just $1,600 for the AC. Tomorrow I've got a scheduled dental appointment. That's going to be $2,000 to take care of that puppy right there, and that's going to be fun. But yeah, I'm going to, of course, put it on the card and pay it off and all that stuff. But the thing is, with the support you've all shown has been enormous. The Patreon support went from like $300 a month to over 1,000, which is crazy to me. And I am so thankful for you for showing such support. And I need to be open about this. The mid-roll ads have helped a lot in the ad revenue, and with Puppet Master, it's still like the first to actually do really well like this, so it might be an outlier, I don't know yet, but I'm hopeful that things going forward will be good. And, like, if that keeps up, then well, like, the plan for the Patreon was that if I was able to support myself entirely without it, then whatever is pulled in on it would be put directly into the show. Like, entirely. Which, considering I have my eyes on that Sony Alpha 1, would be something that I definitely need thousands of a month for. But, okay, yeah, especially if you need the money more, just keep it, please. I don't want to siphon everything from everyone. As I said in my previous videos, I make videos on YouTube to be happy, not to make tons of money. That's why it took me so long to put mid-roll ads in there. But YouTube does seem to like that. YouTube really likes the end screen element click-through rate. YouTube likes having the stuff at the beginning that actually, you know, keeps the viewer more interested in the video past long enough to make it past the first minute. There's a lot of stuff that has just been slowly adding to the pile that has been helping, and it's been a heck of a few months here, like, trying to get everything back in order, trying to right the ship. I thought that I was effectively going to be getting everything back in the order at the beginning of the year when I got right back on a schedule. I'm like, okay, a movie review a week. There we go. That'll do it. Everything will be good. And it wasn't, and I was like, okay, what the heck do I do now? And it's been a thing. But yeah, like I said, this wasn't the planned video for this particular Sunday. I was intending on getting my review edited already, which unfortunately it's still not. I'll finish editing it today. It's an Asylum film, so I know how to deal with them on the copyright stuff. It's gonna get struck. I'm gonna appeal. They're going to... I'm gonna dispute. They're gonna deny. I'm gonna appeal, and they're going to either sit on it for a month and then let it expire, or it'll relent. The Asylum is very good about not blocking videos and not issuing copyright strikes. At least not against me. I don't know if they recognize me now and they know that I just fight tooth and nail and they're done dealing with me on that level, or if it's just in general how they operate now. But yeah, I've had more respect and better luck with Asylum as of late, thanks to that. But yeah, so I was supposed to get that video edited and finished, and then I was, like, yesterday going to film a how-to cooking video again, just because, you know, Taco Bell, love them, But really, really, what are you doing? What are you doing when it comes to the stuff on your menu? You made nacho fries. They're like the best thing to come out of fast food in the last 20 years. You keep taking them away and then bringing them back and taking them away. It's like you figured out the algorithm for fast food, and you're like, okay, people really like it when there's a new thing, and they also really like it when it's something they recognize and love. People love this, take it from them and put it back, and that'll keep them effectively coming back. If it's always there, then they're gonna trust it's there and not come as often. But we just keep doing that. That'll keep the money flowing. It's like, you bastards. But yeah, the Mexican pizza, that was one that they took off the menu, and then they brought back very recently, and well, I am not happy with the current state of it. And when they took it off the menu, it was so loved by my fiancée. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to make you a Mexican pizza. And I did. I learned how to make Mexican pizza, and I gave it to her, and I found out something. I make Mexican pizzas like, well, I did say 10 times better than Taco Bell, but by now it's like 100 times better. So I was going to make a how to make a Mexican pizza video, show that to you, but unfortunately, time constraints being what they are, I don't exactly have as much time to do that, so we're out in the woods. But I mean, there are some quicker videos that I've enjoyed. Like, I really liked how I really liked looking over the Prey teaser, and I asked for the opinions of the viewer on that one. I certainly got them. A lot of you are really not enthusiastic about Prey, which I understand. The Predator was the Predator, and yeah, I would say I'm cautiously optimistic. Like, I didn't see anything in the teaser that makes me think, oh, there's confirmation that this is going to be terrible. I didn't see anything in the teaser that there's confirmation that this is going to be great either, but I just see, the teaser just said, hey, a new Predator movie is coming in. Well, I am still hopeful that it's not going to be terrible. It might be, and if it is, I'll have plenty to say about it, but if it's not, I'm going to enjoy it. Much like I did Predators. I mean, that wasn't the greatest Predator movie, but it was still enjoyable, and I feel like it's, time has been on my side on that one. Either that or the releases of the Predator have been on my side in terms of making Predators look a lot better. Anyway, yeah, it's just, oh, hello, bugs. Excuse me, what the heck? Oh, little yellow jacket, no. I got myself covered in DEET. I'm trying to make sure that there's no mosquitoes that can get me out here. And here you are with yellow jackets. Like, you know what? I really would enjoy some DEET. I'm the contrarian yellow jacket. I love this crap. Oh, this bug repellent? Nothing better. But yeah, hopefully if some more teasers for more movies that I'm interested in come out, I can give little quick reactions to that. I have lots of other ideas for quick and simple videos. It just kind of sucks when you have one planned and things fall through. And then again, here I am, trying to really quickly, on the day of, whip something together because I need it. The algorithm demands it. But bug buzzing. But anyway, the bugs are really upset with me intruding on their territory, which is fine. I'll get back to my computer room, hunched over and editing videos like a good boy. So, thank you all for watching. I've been Shado. And remember, the end screen element click-through rate really does seem to work quite a lot. So, hey, why don't you check out that old Predators review that I did? That was a real fun one. I enjoyed it, and even though a lot of people at the time said Predators was terrible, the Predator proved them wrong. Or just whatever the algorithm demands, because that's what we all gotta do, isn't it?